Hey there, this is Kamal, and in this video we're going to see how I can create a simple blog as well as an e-commerce website using WordPress. So let's get this started. Alright, so first things first, if you have no idea what WordPress is, then I've already done a crash course on that. I'll link that in the video description down below. You can go there and check that out. And once you're done with that, then you can carry on from here. So in a simple sense, WordPress is a content management system. So essentially what it means is that using WordPress, you can create websites on the fly using the drag and drop interface that they have provided. So in order to get started with WordPress, you need to have a server and a domain linked with it. So specifically for this video, I'll be using a hosting service called as Bluehost. And the reason why that I'm using this is because Bluehost is actually one of the top most recommended WordPress providers by WordPress.org. So obviously, since they are recommended, their interface is much more tweaked towards WordPress. And if you're just getting started with building websites using WordPress, then you might find it quite easy to understand the interface and get started with it. And also, if you're from India, then I think you'll find the prices to be pretty reasonable as well. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's get this started. So first, let me quickly log into my account. Alright, so this is the dashboard. So now let's log into WordPress. Click on that. Alright, so this is the WordPress dashboard, and essentially what I've done is that I've removed all the clutter. So this is like the bare bone WordPress without any plugins and without anything. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is that you have to install a theme. So there are multiple themes that you can choose from. So let's click on Appearance. And right now we are using the 2021 theme. So let's add a new theme. So click on Add New. And there are a lot of themes that you can choose from. So if you go to the latest section, in here we have around 8,144 themes that you can choose from. So you can scroll below and choose whatever ones that you like. So for this video, I'll be using a theme called as Blocksy. So this is one of the newer themes and it's pretty much underrated compared to what it's actually offering. So every theme has its own advantages and disadvantages, and based on what you can use the website for, you can choose a theme from that. And the reason why that I'm using Blocksy is because most of the themes have the free version and the paid version to it, right? So Blocksy offers a lot of features in the free version. And if you want your website to be highly customizable, then this is one of the themes that you can opt for. And also, the starter templates that they provide are actually pretty modern and they're really good. And if you were wondering, this video is not sponsored by Blocksy. This is just my personal opinion. So we can use this one. So let's click on Install. Once it's installed, click on Activate. Okay, so once that is activated, you have to install a plugin called as Blocksy Companion. And as you can see here, we have a notification saying that you have to install Blocksy Companion. So let's click on that. So this is the interface that you're going to provide. So if you scroll down, you have some options like global options that you can change. So you can explore these things and change whatever you want. But for now, let's skip that and let's go to starter sites. So they provide 7 starter sites that you can choose from. So for this video, we'll be using the Blocksy News as well as the Modern Shop. So we use this to create the blog, and we use the Modern Shop to create the e-commerce website. And if you want, you can preview this, and let's open that. So this is what it's going to look like. Alright, so now let's actually import this. So before importing this, there's one more thing that you need to know. So in WordPress, we have what are called as website builders. So these website builders are plugins that you can install onto WordPress site. And once you have them installed, you can use that website builder to create your website using the drag and drop interface. So some of the examples for that are Elementor, Beaver Builder, Brizy, Gutenberg, Divi, and there are much more. So you can choose any of these and you can use that to create your own website. So they have their own drag and drop interface. So if you want to create website very quickly and you just want to use some basic things, then you can go with Gutenberg, which is created by WordPress for WordPress. So obviously it's going to be pretty fast compared to all of these other website builders. But if you wanted to have a larger library of extensions and also you want it to be pretty much free, then you can go with Elementor, which is my personal choice. That's what I generally use on a regular basis. Or you can go with Brizy as well. So for this theme as well, all of these starter templates that you're seeing right now, they have been created and they have been made compatible to some of the website builders. Like for example, this Blocksy News is available for Gutenberg. So you can use Gutenberg to edit this. And as for this Modern Shop, it's available for Brizy and Elementor as well. For now, let's actually import this and let's see what we can do with it. So let's click on Import. And the first thing it's going to show is that it's going to install a child theme. So essentially what it means is that it's going to create a replica of the Blocksy theme that we have right now, and it's going to create that and name it as a child theme, and that will be made active so that whatever changes you make will be active and present on that particular theme. And let's say for example you don't want to do that and you want to discard everything, you can just go to the parent theme and activate that, and the child theme will be deactivated. So I'll show that to you later on. For now, let's click on Next, and then it's going to show that it's going to install these 2 plugins. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to click on Next. And also these are the options that it's going to include, like it's going to add some content, dummy content with it. So let's click on install once again, and that's going to start installing it. Okay, so now that is done, let's view the site. So this is what we have, and out of the box, as you can see, it looks pretty neat and modern as well. And they also have a small section to include your ad banners as well. And I think that's pretty neat for this. So apart from that, you also have some things like blogs, you have the latest posts, you also have a newsletter, and there are a lot of things that you can edit from here. So they have the category section as well. So this is actually quite useful if you want to create a website and you don't want to build it from the scratch. And I know that there's a lot of things that you have to change here, like you have to change the header, you have to change the footer, you have to change the content, and a lot of things. But if you want to create a website and if you want to create it from the scratch, then that's going to take a lot of time. So this is much more simpler to that. You can just install this and you'll have the groundwork done for you. You can just edit that and make it look the way that you want it to look. So for now, I'll show you some changes that you can do in this, and based on that, you can carry on, do it and make it look the way that you want it. Okay, so before going further, let's first see what are the things that you can customize in this. So let's click on customize. And one of the cool things with this is that you can actually switch on the dark theme for this editor as well. So let's click on this and voila, you have a dark theme. Okay, so there's actually a lot of things that you can change here. So on the left hand side, we have all the options that you can choose. So you have the general header where you can change the layout of this. You can add the breadcrumbs, you can add some buttons. You can also include a scroll to top for it as well. Okay, similarly, you can add the website frame if you want it. I don't think that looks good, but if you want, you can add it. Similarly, you can change the header, footer, typography, and performance. Apart from that, you can also change the settings for the particular blog post as well. Like let's say, let's go to this particular blog post, and if you want, you can actually change the content for this as well. So let's go back here and let's go to single blog post. And in here, if you want, you can change the way that this content is shown. So right now it's using the first one. So if you want, you can go with this, which has a right sidebar to it. So the content is on the left side, and on the right side, you have all the additional things that you can show. Similarly, you can change some more settings to this. You can add a featured image to it. You can show the author box. You can also remove the comments or add the comments. You can show the related posts as well. So there are a lot of things that you can change here. Similarly, you can go and change the category section as well. You can change the author page, the search page. And also you can change and add some social networks as well. Like if you want, you can link your Facebook to it, and wherever this Facebook icon is being used in the website, automatically that will be linked, so that whenever you click on this, automatically you'll go to this particular URL. Similarly, you can also add for all of these things. So there are a lot of social networks that you can include in here. Apart from that, you can also add a cookie consent. So right now you're using the default one where it's going to have a small text box on the left hand side showing this particular text. So if you want, you can do that, or you can go with the full version where it's going to expand from left to right. Yeah, so let's go to site identity, and right now we already have the site title and tagline. This is actually taken from the settings page. So if you go to the settings page in the dashboard, and in here, let's go, in the general settings, you have the site title called as packetcode, and the tagline is coding made easy. So these two things are taken from here and they are added in this particular section. If you want, you can upload icon as well. So let's choose the icon for this site. So I'll upload a new icon and I'll choose, let's say this one, open, and as you can see here, we have a lot of things in the media library, right? So these are the dummy content, that is the dummy images used by this particular theme right now. Okay, so now let's click on select, and I don't want it to be cropped, so skip cropping. And as you can see, that icon has been added. Okay, if you want, you can actually change this as well. Like if you go to this particular section, and you can remove this and select a logo, and I'll choose the exact same logo that I've used just now. Select that, and that will be added, but this is quite small, so let's increase that size. If you want, you can add the site title and also the site tagline. And one more neat thing is that if you want, you can actually change the color and text properties for each of these elements individually. So let's say I want to add a dark red color to this, so I can go here, add a dark red, and automatically that will be added. So in this way, you can change whatever things that you want in from this. And as I've said earlier, there are a lot of things that you can change in this. So I'm not going to go and explain each and every single thing. You can just see them, and it's pretty easy to understand. You can just edit that and see what's happening in the website. As this is live, you can actually see the changes directly. So these are the things that you can change from the front end part. So now let's see how we can actually add some more things to this. So let's say, for example, let's create a page. So I'm going to create a page where we can list all the posts that we currently have inside our database. So let's add that. So right now let's click on publish. And one more thing is that if you want, you can actually view this particular thing in a tablet screen, and also if you want, you can view that in a mobile screen as well. So this is what it's going to look like in a mobile screen. Okay, so let's change that back. Let's close this off and let's go to this and let's add a new page. So here, let's go to the pages section. So these are the pages that we currently have. So let me create a new page. Click on add pages. Okay, so let's first give it a title. So let's say it's going to be post list. And then in order to actually add the list itself, what you have to do is that you have to click on this plus icon, and it's going to show all the available blocks that you can add into this. So in this sense, block is a component that you can add onto this. So let's say I want to add a list of all the posts. So I'll scroll down. So I'll select this post which is present under design. So I'll click on that, and automatically that will be added, and this is what it's going to look like. So if you want, you can change this properties for this as well. So if you want, you can change the layout for this, you can change the style. You can even go to the advanced section and change some of the general properties, also change the blank spacing that is present between all of these posts. Okay, so let's not tinker with that for now. Let's save this and click on publish. So right now, as you can see, this has been published. So if you go to this particular link, let's copy that and let's open that in a new tab. Then as you can see, that page is made public and it's available online. But the main problem here is that there's no way for us to navigate onto this particular page. So let's add this particular page onto the navigation menu. So in order to do that, let's go to this page, let's go back and let's go to the appearances and menus. In here, the first thing that you have to do is that you have to select the menu. So right now main menu is selected. In this, let's select the page that we want to add. So right now I want to add the post page. So I'll click on that and then click on add to menu. And that will be added. So if you scroll down here, you have the post list. So if you want, you can make it the parent tag, or you can make it a child element to a, let's say, another tag like about us. So let's make this the parent link. So I'll save that as it is. So I'll click on save menu. Now, if you go to the main page and refresh it, you will have a new link. So if I click on that, then it's going to open the same page that we currently have here. So all of this is well and good and you're able to create a new page. But let's say I want to create a new post. In order to do that, you can go back and you can go to the post section, and similarly you can click on add new to create a new post. And in here you can give a title to this. So let's give it as, and let's give some dummy content. Alright, so now let's say I want to add a YouTube video. So in order to do that, you can click on the block section once again and you can search for video. So as you can see here, you have multiple options that you can choose from. If you want to add a direct video, you can do that. Or if you embed a YouTube video or a Vimeo video, you can do that as well. So for now, let's say I want to embed a YouTube video. I'll click on that. Then I'll enter the URL that I want to include. So I'll enter that and click on embed. And now if you want, you can change the alignment of this. You can move it to the top, or you can move it to the bottom, or you can change the way that is aligned, or you can change the URL itself, or you can change the way that is displayed. You can add some color properties and you can do whatever you want with it. And once you're happy with it, you can click on publish. And then if you go to the post list once again and refresh the page, as you can see here, we have the new post that we have just created. And this is what it's going to show. But as you can see, we don't have that much content here and there is no background image to this. So in order to actually add the featured image, you have to go back here and under the section of featured image, you can click on that and add a new featured image to this. So let's say I want to add this as the featured image. I'll click on set as featured image and that will be added. So now if I update this and go back to this particular post and click on refresh, then that will be added as the featured image. So in this way, you can add and delete whatever post or whatever page that you want. Similarly, you can add some more media to this, like you have a media library where you can actually manage all the media and all the icons. So whatever icon that you actually add onto this will be stored here and you can actually delete that, or you can view that, or you can edit that. The same thing can be done with comments as well. So whenever a particular person comes to your page and adds a new comment, automatically that will be listed here. Like let's say I want to add a new comment. I'll click on post. So I have to check this. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's check this and click on post comment. Now if I go back, refresh it, as you can see here, there's a new comment called as testing. So now if you want, you can unapprove this, or you can reply, you can edit, or you can delete. Similarly, you can manage all your forms as well. So whatever form that you're seeing right now in this particular page, like the newsletter that you're seeing here, are actually being managed by WP Forms. So if you go to WP Forms, you can change the contact form that you have here. So let's say, let's go to the contact page we have a form here, right? So we have this particular form, like we have a name, email, subject, comment or message. So that particular form is actually created in WP Forms Builder. So this is the form that we are currently using right now. If you want, you can change this or you can leave it as it is. Similarly, you can create multiple forms and you can embed that onto your own website. So the way that you actually embed that is that, let's say you created a new form, and once you created that, you can go to the post page or the pages as well, and you can edit one of those things. And in the blog section, if you search for form, you'll have an extension called as WP Forms. So if you drag and drop that here, then automatically that particular form will be added. So in here you have a drop down where you can select those things. So let's say I want to add a contact form. So I'll add that and automatically that thing will be added. So now if I update this and go to the page, refresh it, and if I scroll down, I'll have a contact form. So in this way, you can create whatever things that you want and you can edit them or you can delete them. And let's say you want to add a particular logic which is actually not available in the Gutenberg blogs. Then what you can do is that you can go to the plugin section and click on add new, and then you can search for whatever plugin that you want and click on that, and that will be activated. And one thing that you have to keep in mind is that before adding that particular plugin, you have to make sure that that particular plugin is actually made compatible for Gutenberg. And if that is true, then automatically you can add that particular plugin similar to how we have added the WP Forms extension. So in this way, you can add and customize this particular website to the way that you want to actually make it look. Okay, so before ending this video, let's actually see how we can create an e-commerce website as well. So in order to do that, let's go back to block C, and under the status sites, let's click on import for the modern shop, and let's select Elementor as the page builder. If you want, you can use Breezy as well. So click on next, and it's going to import WooCommerce, Elementor and contact form 7, and I'm okay with that. I'll click on next. And what it's going to show is that it's going to use clean install, and essentially what it means is that it's going to delete whatever things that we have just done and it's going to install the modern shop. So let's click on install. Okay, so now the site is imported. So in order to actually get started with an e-commerce website, you need two main things. The first one are the products, and the second one is the checkout system for you to actually get paid. So let's see how we can do that. So let's refresh this page. And as soon as the refresh is done, as you can see on the left hand side, we have some more sections. The first one is the WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is actually used to manage an e-commerce website. So in this, if you go to the settings page, and in here if you go to payments, you have four main options. The first one is a direct bank transfer. The second one is check payments. The third one is cash on delivery. And the fourth one is PayPal. So you can enable all of these, and once that is enabled, you can go to manage. And since I'm using PayPal now, I'll actually include the email for my PayPal account, and I'll click on save changes. Once that is done, then the payment option will be enabled on your website. And as for products, you can go to the product section, and as you can see here, we have list of all the products that are currently available. So let's go to the website and let's click on refresh. So this is what we have. And these are the products that we currently have. So if you want, you can click and add a particular item to your cart, and you can click on view cart, and you can apply a coupon if you want. And once you're happy with this, you can proceed to checkout. So as you can see here, we have all the options that we had just enabled. So if I click on this PayPal and click on proceed. Okay, so first we have to add all of these things, right? So let me quickly do that. And I'll click on proceed. So as you can see here, it has been redirected to PayPal, and it's showing me that I have to pay 70 euros to this. So in this way, you can integrate PayPal onto your own checkout page, and automatically WooCommerce is going to connect that PayPal account and it's going to manage all your payments. Similarly, you can check the analytics page to track all the transactions that have happened on your website. You can go to the marketing section as well to publicize your particular website. And adding a product is actually pretty similar to adding a new blog post. So if you go to the product section and click on add new, then you can give a new product name, give some description to it. Then you can give some basic data representing that particular product, like you can give a regular price, you can give a sale price, you can give the shipping, you can also give some advanced option to it, and you can give a short description to it as well. And you can also add the images and everything from here. And once you're done with that, you can click on publish, and that will be added. And that will be shown in your shop. So that will be listed here. And if you go to this customize section, and in here you can change all the things that are currently saying right now. So let's say I want to change this, and I want to change this layout. Okay, let's go to WooCommerce, and in here you have this, right? You have the general section, and in here let's say I want to change this from square to a circle. So I can do that. Similarly, I can add a custom value to it. So right now it's showing as minus 13%. If you want, you can change that as well, and you can add a custom property to it as well. Or you can change the product archives as well. You can change the way that is represented. So this is the one way of representing, right? So you can select this and it's gonna change that, and this is gonna look like that. So if you want, you can add this to the cart as well. Similar to a blog website, there are a lot of things that you can change here. So you have to have some patience and look through all these things, and then you can decide to change whatever you want. All of these things that you're seeing on the left hand side will change depending on the theme that you have selected. So if you select a normal theme with less customization, then it might not have these many things on the left hand side for you to customize. So in the upcoming videos, we're going to see how we can optimize this WordPress website to make it load faster, and also see how that affects a customer's retention to the particular website. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you have liked what you've seen till now. If you did, then please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.